Discuss me. Let's get going. Hey, I'm live. Microphone good this time, guys? Sorry, no switches a bit. I'm lagging. Lag. See if I can do about that. Yeah, unfortunately, my internet's bad. Unfortunately. So, let's see what I can do. Alright, see what I can do. See what I can do here. I'm going to try some stuff. See what I can do for the lag. Kind of open Task Manager and see if that helps at all. See if I can get it in done because having trouble. It's weird. I think it's just internet. I think I just have bad internet. Which is not much I can do about the internet unless I go somewhere else. I might be able to eventually go somewhere else. A friend's apartment or friend's house. I know someone who he lives with his parents, so I might be able to go to his parents' house to live stream. It looks like it's getting better. The lag is getting better. So who's there? Nice to meet you. Got someone else here now. Okay, looks like the lag's getting better. Looks like the lag's better. Senpai. I'm senpai now. I'm senpai. I thought it was Kohai. I thought Mr. Beast was senpai. Sabbath. Yep, it's Sabbath. My grandfather's birthday. We're going to have a party today in about an hour. No, I don't drink alcohol, so they call me 2 sips. Yeah, unfortunately, I have bad internet. So it seems like the lag has been fixed now. So someone on Reddit, I was asking a question on Reddit and Ask Americans. I don't get high. I was asking because I'm on because of what I've gone through. I have gone to Ask Americans on Reddit to ask if certain things are actually appropriate. Because being autistic and what I've been exposed to isn't, how should I put it, socially normal. I went to Ask Americans to ask other Americans if this is acceptable in American culture or not, because I really need advice. Because I've been through a lot of stuff. It's like, is this really acceptable? Because it's like, wait, why am I going through this so much? It's like, so, anyway, there was a German person on there, and they asked if it was true bullying is as bad as it is on their television and in their movies, as far as how it's portrayed in America. A lot of people are saying no, and I had to tell them, yes, it's really that bad. And I told them I have PTSD from it and just what I had to go through. So, don't know if others in there will like it, but yeah. But I'm going to have to work on making a schedule again. Schedule will probably be basic chores at first. Like do dishes, do laundry, even basic hygiene stuff like brush my teeth, shower, stuff like this. Stuff at the basic apartment, stuff like that. That's going to be my first to really be on the schedule with things to do. Slowly increase the intensity of the schedule, because it's hard for me, really hard for me when things don't go exactly to schedule. Like sometimes things get pushed back. Hi, darkness. But yeah, sometimes things start late. Sometimes things get pushed back, and that's really hard for me to deal with, because it's like if one thing goes bad, everything is going bad. So yeah, it's something I always struggle with. But schedule is probably what I'm going to have to do. Because if you're going to be successful, you have to have a schedule. So yeah, make a schedule. Actually, gonna have to do it starting today. It's like, why do tomorrow what you can do today kind of thing. Well, it's like, you always say tomorrow, I'll do this, tomorrow I'll do that. I have to say today I'm gonna do it. So I don't know if you saw my video about me confessing how my apartment used to be like. I'd appreciate if you'd watch it, but basically, I used to live in an apartment that was so bad. I was so bad at keeping it up that there would actually be like little gnats flying around. There'd be flies. I don't get that anymore. Thanks, darkness. I don't get that anymore. Sometimes I have moldy food in the fridge still. Unfortunately, a lot of people do. But I don't have flies in the apartment. Vinegar flies. I don't have house flies. So that's a big improvement. I mean, there'll still be dishes out. There'll still be dirty clothes on the floor, but I'm picking those up. This is a huge improvement for me. I don't just, for one thing, even just cleaning up when when my staff's coming over, even just cleaning up when they're coming over would be a big improvement. But like, I'll clean up on days that they're not coming over, just because I think it needs to clean up. I need to clean up, and honestly, Momo, I don't know. At this point, I may be a mental cell. I don't think I have very good prospects where I am. I definitely could improve on myself, mainly by losing weight and rapping better. That would probably help a lot. Also, something I really need to work on to keep a girlfriend is actually keeping up in my apartment, keeping up in my car, stuff like that. Do I want a black girl? This is kind of hard for me to talk about, but I grew up with a grandfather that he kind of was racist, and it's kind of poisoned me quite a bit, and I've been really struggling to get past it. It's hard to do. Thankfully, I've done research into how the hidden brain works, and I've been able to really rewire my brain a lot, and it's helped a lot. I've really come a long way, and I'm less likely to, but I may get a black girl. I may date a black girl. I'm less likely to, but I may. At the same time, I'm also less likely to date necessarily a white girl, because I've had to deal with a lot of white women that are really mean. kind of like, would I date someone in my own age group? Because all people in my age group have been really mean, and older women have been really mean, and younger women, um, larger population of younger women have been nicer to me. Am I racist? I've been looking into the subject of racism, and it's not a it's a very sobering topic. I read in the book The Hidden Brain, which I actually have over here somewhere if you want to look at it. It's right there. If you want to go grab it, I can show you the book. But it talked about how, like, you're bombarded with images and subconscious images that affect how you think. I grew up in a generation. Okay, I'll go grab it real quick. It's right over here. I grew up in a generation where we were bombarded with negative images, and you know, my grandparents were older, and they were in a much worse generation. And my father, unfortunately, was not a good role model for me. So, yeah, my grandfather was not good, or my father was not a good role model for me. He was, very angry all the time. So I pretty much hid from him sometimes. Uh, yeah, I pretty much hid from him sometimes. So I basically had to stay away from him. So I kind of grew up looking up to my grandfather. Yeah, so that's something that a lot of times people or kids will do. Dr. Spock actually wrote about it in his book, Dr. Spock's Guide to Infant Childcare, that children will find a role model of the same gender to look up to. And my grandfather, because I was around him so much, he became sort of a surrogate father figure for me. And it took a long time for me to realize he really didn't know what he was talking about all the time. Like, he'd say you always drive 5 miles an hour under the speed limit. It's like, no, that just encourages people to get angry. People behind you get angry, and when they try to get around you, they get reckless. And yeah, you don't drive under the speed limit. So he was wrong in a lot of ways. It took me a long time to realize he was wrong in a lot of ways. So it's taking me quite a bit of effort to basically reprogram my brain to see how wrong he was a lot. I've come a long way, but there's still those thoughts that come up every so now and then that I realize I shouldn't have, and I fight against them. So it's not something that goes away very easily. I guess it's. I don't think I want to show my dad who's boss. I don't think that's what I ever had that. But sometimes it's like an imp of the perverse. Imp of the perverse is something that it was an American fiction writer, Edgar Allan Poe. That's it. Edgar Allan Poe wrote a short story called Imp of the Perverse. He talked about a part of the brain, part of the mind that self-sabotages. Well, that's basically what it is. Is there's this part of my mind that I don't want to have these thoughts, so this part of my brain makes me have these thoughts, and it's like self-sabotaging, and it's taking a long time to really work past that. It takes a lot of effort. So I may, I'm most likely to, but Momo, no, I have not. Momo, no, I have not. But it's just, see, according to what I've read, I haven't read the whole book, but what I've read in this book, from what I understand about the what it said about how racism is caused by a lot of programming, basically, with what you're taught as a kid and what you're exposed to. I try to say leaves politics out of this. Politics get bad all the time. Plus, if I talk about politics, I can actually be demonetized. So, but yeah, basically, what happens is if you're exposed to stuff, especially as a child, you're taught something as a child, you are hardwired to believe it is true. So the only way to really combat it, as far as I can tell, is to consciously remind yourself that things are not as they seem. Uh, Consciously, basically, be observant of different things, and then convince yourself. Like it's almost like self hypnosis, like saying, like if you're afraid of deep water, like I have a fear of deep water. How do you get afraid of deep water? How do you get over it? You keep exposing yourself to it, or you keep telling yourself, "I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid." And then eventually, if you do it enough, you might actually get to the point where you're fine. You're not afraid of deep water anymore. Um, like I'm afraid of deep water. I used to go to the pool and not be able to go to the deep end. So what would I do? I would go to the pool and jump off the diving board into the deep end, and I kept doing that over and over and over again. And eventually, I got to doing that. And I could get to the deep end, and be fine. Um, Basically, you have to expose yourself to what you want to change, and you have to consciously be aware that something you need to change these things. You have to expose yourself to positive images, positive data. And like there's a guy who was he was very dark, running across the street, and automatically I thought something was scary. I thought, but then I saw, oh wait, he may not be running wearing joggers gear, but it's like, wait, there's a street light there. He's just running across the street to make the street light. So it's like, yeah, I don't need to be afraid. He's just running across the street. It took that second of conscious thinking to really understand, you know, that it's not anything to be concerned about. Um, at the same time, I tried to figure out, just like what can I do to reprogram my brain, because I grew up in an age where you had all this negative stereotyping of different things. For instance, one thing I actually remember this in elementary school. I remember in elementary school we still had the flip books where like the Asian people had the uh, the rice farmer's hat. That we had that in elementary school, I believe, if I remember vaguely. It wasn't around for very long, but I vaguely remember that. So um, it's just it takes a long time to reprogram the brain. It takes a lot of effort. So it's not, yeah, it's not something. I mean, I'm not as bad as I used to be, and there's these little thoughts that sometimes happen every now and then. But I wouldn't say I'm a racist, because it's not like I'm portrayed. But sometimes there are these dark thoughts that affect me. You know, Unfortunately, people often have dark thoughts. Sometimes it's about weight. Sometimes it's about gender, age, job, occupation. Could be anything. It's just stuff we all have to work on, unfortunately. It's all stuff we have to work on. Uh, Basically, our brains, from what I saw here in this book, they work. There's a part of our brain in the subconscious which will try to basically jump to conclusions as an evolutionary manner. It's kind of like if you see a lion running at you, you got to fight or run. You don't have time to consciously think these things through. You have to just react. Like if you're driving, you see a ball right in front of you or a kid right in front of you, you slam the brakes. You don't think about it. You just do it. And unfortunately, a lot of people have been programmed to discriminate as children. And so their brain just does this, and it just takes a long time, a lot of effort on their part to consciously change it. You know, it's not like it's not like you just wake up and decide to discriminate. It's a lot of it's how you're brought up and what you're exposed to. And also, you just have to, you just have to realize you've got problems and that you have to see what's wrong. Every time you have one of these thoughts that you shouldn't have, you have to be aware of these thoughts. Think, okay, I've got to change it, and then work on reminding yourself to change it. Okay, Momo, I do have black friends. I have. I'm not gonna say his name on YouTube because I'm giving attention, but I have had black friends, say in school and the workplace. Some of my best friends have been black. Um, so it's not like I haven't had black friends. I do have black friends. I have had black friends. Get along with black people. Like I've got my neighbor. He's black. For a while he scared me, but that was because his teeth reminded me of a kid that did something bad to me as a kid. And once I got over it, once I realized his teeth were causing me to be afraid, and it's like, okay, he doesn't scare me anymore. It's because of the teeth. That's what it was. Well, Momo, I just see people as people. I mean, I don't know about. I don't see why equal would be even something to consider. Just we're all trying to get through this world best we can. We're all trying to get through this world. This world sucks. Just whatever. I don't really think anything about that. It doesn't really ever occur to me. No, I don't. But I don't have pictures of me with friends in general. So, I mean, I don't have pictures of friends. I don't understand why I need to prove it. I mean, we celebrate in school. Mm. Okay. Hello. Hope your weight loss is going well. Have a nice day. Thank you. Well, it's really hard. I've picked up intermittent fasting to help hopefully lose a little more weight. Hopefully lose a little more weight. But it's more of just to get more energy. I become a little bit more concerned with what I'm eating. Really more concerned about saving money at this point. But yeah, I'm really becoming more focused on what I need to eat. That's called bulimia, and I'm not going to do that. Tuyo, no. There have been a few times where I've been afraid, but not in general. And Yeah, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is what I'm doing. It's I'm working towards 16-8. Uh, Not like everything is so pleasurable. I feel like some things are. I take a little pleasure in sometimes. Sometimes my depression gets into um, play, and I feel like I just want to try to fill the void with something. But I'm taking a little pleasure in doing things. That's what happens. Uh, do like Final Fantasy? I never actually got into Final Fantasy. It seems like maybe cutscenes, and the cutscenes look pretty cool. The animations, but yeah. Honestly, I'm worried about bringing kids into this world. I am worried about bringing kids into this world. The way things are, the way schools are. I'm worried about that. I am honestly, Momo. That is one of my greatest fears. I am very afraid with how my parents were that I will um, harm my kids somehow, if not physically, mentally or emotionally. I'm afraid of that quite a bit. I'm very afraid of that because of how my parents were. I'm very afraid of that. Some people I've known who have talked to about them, talked to about it, said, since I'm afraid of it, I won't, but it's not very reassuring. I don't know, Momo. I really don't know. Um, I mean, it's like, does God have a plan for everyone? That's a philosophical question, kind of. Um, does God have a plan for everyone? Is their destiny? So it's really a philosophical question. Are some people meant to be alone forever? It really isn't like something that's uh, you can really prove or disprove. Megamind, yeah. Momo, no. Vagabond, I think actually there are a few cases where some girls do flirt for fun. Even if they're not serious, they will flirt because they find it fun to flirt. I've been in places where women have flirted just to get me to buy stuff, though. Sales people flirted to get me to buy stuff. Uh, uh, I don't know what you mean by force them to exist. I mean, I really don't know what you're talking about there. Vagabond, probably not. I'm guessing no, because that's a slippery slope. Some women will flirt with you. Hey, Dark Queen. Some women will flirt with you, and if you flirt back, then they report you. So, yeah, I mean, some women are like, there are some women like that. Some women who either will try to trap you or just think they can, flirt with you, and if you flirt back, you're in the wrong. Um, there are women like that, so I'd say no, we shouldn't do that. It's interesting, Soot. But I don't really know how to flirt, though. That's another thing. Um, I don't know. Maybe I could. Maybe I could work on talking to my friend instead of meeting him on Sunday, meet him on Saturday. Um, Meet my friend on Saturday instead of Sunday, and Sunday go to church maybe. But I'm still a little frightened of going to church because uh, there was a woman who was telling me to go to church, and she also was bullying me. So that's kind of saying a negative impression of people that go to church. So that's kind of frightening. Well, they call me two sips, so I couldn't handle my alcohol. Sorry. Yes, but you don't go to church to meet women. You just don't. It's not a place you go to meet women. If you meet someone at church, you meet someone at church, but you don't go to churches to meet women. You go there to hear the word of God. That's just something. You don't go there to meet women. Mm. Yeah. Well, I would imagine there'd be nicer women at church than at a club. At least there's sobriety at church. At least I hope there's sobriety at church. So that might actually indicate better behavior, or at least individuals who um, one would think are better behaved. Again, you don't know for certain. Yeah, there is something I remember. Someone saying from it was a Catholic saying that to judge a sinner for going to church is like to judge a sick man for going to the doctor. So um, yeah, I mean, you don't really know what the kind of character or person that's going to church, but it's just what you would think. So maybe a good place, but you still don't go to church to meet women. Yeah, yeah, but El Coro, I really don't know how to interpret that. Okay, well, okay. Um, I'm wondering if I'm getting a tan. Do it look like I'm getting a tan at all? I'd like to get a tan this summer. Um, I mean, I'd like to get a tan. I'm still waiting. So eager to get my test results from the genetics test. Still so eager to. My LGBT. I mean, I'm asexual, so I mean, I guess so. But I mean, I kind of stay out of it. Honestly, I mean, it's like I just stay out of it. There are some things you choose to just not be a part of. It's like there are arguments where it's like, I'm just gonna stay out of it. That's sometimes what you got. Sometimes what you have to do is you don't have to get involved in every argument or every debate or every topic. You don't have to take a side in everything. Sometimes you can just choose not to take part in something. Like there's just so much. It's like sometimes it's like I'm not even gonna get involved. You know, if you guys want to discuss it, you discuss it. I'm not gonna get involved. You know what I mean? That's something that something you have to understand. And so it's like it's time for me to decide. Um, like I mean, there's conflicting viewpoints a lot of times, so sometimes it's just you just stay out of it. It's like I'm trying to think of a good example. Hmm. Spray tan? No, I'd get a regular tan. Uh, not feet, no. Something I will say though. I'm trying to think the example. My hat size, my personal hat size. Well, I would assume I'd be wearing a trunk, swim trunks. But there are some things, you know, that political debates, social issues and stuff. Where it's like I don't really know enough. Like I don't really know enough on the topic, so I'm staying out of it. You know, it's like I don't have like anything with religious or made religious and the government. And there's like so many different parts of conflicting ideologies I subscribe to, and or it's like there's this argument, there's this argument. I don't have to choose a side. I can just choose not to get involved. So that's basically what I do with a lot of stuff. Is it's like I'm not even gonna get involved. No, I'd probably do the bed. I'd do the bed. No, actually, that wasn't me that burned the apartment down. It was actually it was a neighbor. Floor below me, somewhere else. Floor below me, somewhere else. That she got a grease fire and she didn't handle it right. What ended up happening was it set off the alarms. Water came down, did almost $10,000 in water damage. I don't know if you could really force. I mean, you can't really force people to. I mean, I wouldn't say you're forcing anyone to exist. So you would I guess she handled it wrong. There was like $10,000 in water damage. So, um, and then like a week later, my neighbor burnt some cooking. It was just a bunch of smoke. That's all it was. So I didn't. It wasn't me. I have though. I have actually burnt cooking caused smoke. But what I've done is I've turned off the heater or the range immediately. Turn off the range immediately. Turned on the fan. Turn on the fan. Turn on the AC or heat or whichever it may be. Go over to the window. Open the window. Get open wide. And a few times I've actually opened the door and done this with the door to get the smoke out. So thankfully I've never personally set off the fire alarm, but it happens. Um, I mean, I didn't have the option, but I mean, I'm glad I exist. I mean, I never regretted existing. I actually don't have Netflix. Ever seen? Ever seen? Ever seen Hypothesis, Dark Queen? Uh, no, actually, children like me and pets like me. Actually, yesterday I was walking around my chicken head. A lot of kids are coming up saying hi to me, getting pictures taken with me. The kid tried to give me a high five, so I give him a high five back, and the mother was looking at me all suspiciously. It's like, hey, the kid said hi to me, and I just moved on. So it's like, whatever. So, but no, kids like me. I don't know why. I get second graders saying hi to me and stuff. It's weird. Yes, I will learn how to cook. It'll take some time, but I will learn how to cook. Whoa, way to go, Soot. Way to go, man. Uh, Probably gonna call it in about 3 minutes, just so I can get ready for that party or the open house for my grandfather's birthday. But I will be exercising today. I've got some. There's some free equipment over there I'm gonna go to. So yeah, I'll go to the free equipment. Flat Earther, who has chat potential? I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about this. All right. Thanks, Flat Earther. Um, yeah, I'm gonna actually get this trimmed up this week, so make it a little bit neater. It's getting shaggy, so I'm just glad to exist. Anime, the ability that I'm able to inspire people, show people that I'm working on change, so that they can change. Yeah, the end is near. I agree. I agree. The end very well may be near. But yeah. Sorry, but yeah, I'm probably call it fairly soon. So I get ready for my grandfather's open house for his birthday. I'm going to go ahead and donate platelets probably this next month, or this month, I should say. Uh, just get those out. Promise I've been tired lately. I've been really tired, so I try to figure out why I'm so tired. Hopefully, this intermittent fasting will help give me some more energy. But I think I've been dehydrated. It's the main problem. I've been dehydrated. That's the main problem. Is why I've been so tired, getting dizzy, headaches. So I just need to drink a lot of water. I'm an amosexual and a heterosexual, so yeah, Kodo's kind of funny actually. Kodo is kind of funny actually. It's kind of dark, but I think it's kind of funny. But yeah, a lot of people like the panda head and the chicken head and the stormtrooper helmet I wear around. I met my friend at Burger King today. I had a soda, and I wore the Knight's helmet in there. That was interesting. But yeah, I wore the Knight's helm into Burger King. But yeah. No, I don't cross dress. I'm too sexy to cross dress. Don't know who that is. I was told I look like Jonah Hill. Hi, fat guy Dave. Hi, Dave. Oh, hey, should I try a live stream where I try to do the whole live stream in the fat bastard voice? Yeah, I kind of do look like him, but that's just because I lost the weight. Um, but should I try the fat bastard voice for an entire live stream sometime? I mean, from a maple syrup, um, it's just from a biological standpoint. Men have larger buns and stuff, so unfortunately, it's an unfair advantage. So that's the only problem. It's just a physical difference, you know. If there weren't a physical difference, then yes, but it's just there's a lot of biological difference that occurs. So unfortunately, it just wouldn't be fair. That's the only problem. Yeah, it's like if you it's like if you got someone who can naturally puts on 25 pounds more muscle than someone else with just naturally without any kind of anabolic steroids or anything like that, and actually puts that on, that's quite a big difference in just how much um, and just how much of an edge you'd have. You'd be probably faster. You'd be stronger. So it's just not fair. That's the only problem. Now there is I mean, this is there. My weight's about 255 right now, so around there. My weight's about 255. So I go towards the 250 mark. Once I hit 250, I can run. I can run and jog and do all that. I'm actually planning to start doing jump rope soon. Just burn a few extra calories, do a little bit more cardio. No, I probably need to lose about 60 or 70. About 60 probably. Uh, why do I eat so much? How did I get so smart? I mean, I was smart. I guess I was more inclined to be intelligent, but also reading a lot, looking stuff up. Like something that's really big difference to me. Um, it was a big difference separates me from other people is I will actually look things up if I'm curious about something. I will actually seek out the answer, or I'll dig around for an answer. That's something that really makes me different than a lot of people. Is I actually look for answers for questions I have. Yes, I am going to still do the June push-ups challenge. 133. I'm only going to be able to do knee push-ups, and I'll only be able to often do them in sets, but and probably a few sessions throughout the day. But I am going to be doing them. As far as how much I eat, uh, sorry, why do I eat so much? It's a lot of it's depression. Trying to feel sadness in my life, trying to cope with the sadness by the pleasure I get from food. That's the thing. I don't have a way to get rid of the sadness or the develop a better coping mechanism. Unfortunately, hopefully, exercise will take care of it, but it's just not rewired yet. Girl push-ups don't count. Well, actually, in the rules, yeah, it's free. It's Australia. It's the Australian push-up challenge, and hell on earth. Actually, hell on earth. It says in the description on the official website. It doesn't have to be actual push-ups. It can be whatever exercise you can do, and you can go for 25, 50, 75, or 100% of the goal. You can do it individually or as a team too. So it doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be push-ups. It can be knee push-ups or crunches or sit-ups or jumping jacks, jump ropes, whatever exercise you can perform. That's the thing. It's the repetitions that matter. It's the repetitions. Yeah. Think of I'm not sure how to interpret that. But no, see the June push up challenge from Australia isn't about fitness. It's actually about suicide awareness. It's a dark topic, but it's to do throughout the month of June. One repetition of an exercise for each suicide that was from the previous year in Australia. So, yeah, that's what it's about. It's not so much about fitness; it's about actually raising awareness for that. So, yeah. So that's what that's about. It's not about um, fitness; it's about raising awareness. So, yeah. Actually, get on it. I'm trying to give that up. Uh, Tunsunian, I'm not giving up, and and you'll see that I will succeed and gain a three-dimensional girlfriend. You may have to wait till I go to a convention. You'll take no. But yeah. But yeah, actually, it is. I don't know if I should show that actually, Helena. Um, I think Mike was saying people were saying were against me doing knee push-ups because they're a progression. He was saying they're saying they don't count because I can't really do full push-ups that much. The thing is, I have the strength to do full push-ups, but my posture's kind of messed up, and it puts weird pressure on my shoulders. So I have to do these knee push-ups because it takes pressure off my shoulders until they kind of realign and get the muscle to build up in them. But yeah, that's why I have to do. That's part of the reason why I have to do knee and push-ups is because it's less pressure on my shoulders. Yeah. Well, Mike, it's easier to bring someone down than build yourself up a lot of the time. Um, Something I had to do is uh, not be jealous. Not it's something I had to work on. I had to realize, I had to like look at. Oh, hey, punk rock. Yeah, I had to be like